It is our next day today, and we're going out to do some more music stuff in Bogota, and we're going to actually play some drums today again, which should be a lot of fun. I think it's a little more of a workshop. We're actually going to learn a little more about playing the drums. Yesterday was a lot of fun at Ainja, and I think it'd be really cool to do it again today and see what else is in store. Again, I'm not entirely sure. They said basically a lot of it's a surprise, but we had a relaxing start to the day. I got to go to the gym this morning, had breakfast, got some work done, which was really nice because almost every day has been crazy from like 8 a.m. till midnight. But looking forward to it. Some more drums, some more music, Bogota.
Hola. Hola, hola.
Okay, so this is Rodrigo's father's house, and this is in like a very wealthy area in Bogota. So you can just see that everything's just so well designed and like manicured and clean lines, and I mean, yeah, it's just beautiful. So you're in a very nice area of town. You can see out the windows, it's a very green area. It just seems very like modern. This is an area that's like everything's sort of designed in brick too. So they say it's they call it like a red city, but this area specifically is very covered in bricks, and it's just a really nice, wealthy area. But basically, what we're doing here is we're meeting two musicians, and we were going through the history of the music in Bogota and sort of how it started and some of the origins. And because the city itself, or sort of the country in Colombia, is divided into so many regions, and they're so blocked off from one another. They don't combine together very much. They have so much diversity in their music, and so we went through some of the history and how modern music has changed now too. P.S. I love this wall. It's incredible.
It's all about a conversation. Just forget about the fact it's not a show. It's a conversation around music. So we're gonna have also Maria's gonna prepare some pan de yucas for us that we're gonna try.
Of course, you probably already know that Colombia hasn't always been called Colombia. You know, this was an ancient territory in the Americas. You know, where many native peoples used to share. You know, there were very different political boundaries. There were very different cultural complexes. You know, dominating kind of this territory. Colombia is one of the most culturally diverse countries in Latin America, even though Latin America is very diverse. There's over 100 different native peoples here in this nation, and currently, and right now, there are over 60 native languages.
I think this is our lunch stop. But yeah, we're having lunch here. This should be fun. So super cool. We're like inside the restaurant. You like come through the kitchen to come to this little private table we've got set up for us here, which is a really cool experience because it's like a little hipster restaurant.
So here we have hearts of palm, fresh hearts of palm. They come from a place or a region called Caquetá, which is here. We have with fish, which is being confit with fig leaf oil. This fish comes from a place called Purilla, here in this region called Chocó, with this wild-based candy called bocadillo, which is very, very common. And I don't know if you noticed, the plates we're using are called chamba. These are very, very common in Colombia, and they come from South Tolima, which is over here. That's a region that's been hit very badly by the guerrillas. They occupied that region, and they've been controlling it for several years, till the peace agreement a year ago or so.
We're just finished eating our meal here, and everything that we ate came and actually showed us on the map where it all came from, and you can see like how they're trying to like build business in the southern parts of the country and help people sort of fight the crime and the cocoa production and just sort of build that. Build the farmers up in a different way, so they're not actually being supported by the cocoa industry, but being supported by different sorts of natural farming and just a way to sort of fight crime and violence. We're also eating, as I mentioned earlier, right in the middle of the kitchen, which is super cool. It's like this VIP way. So here we rolling out. We also get the VIP entry. Okay, so our next stop, we're going to see the instruments be made. We're working with the violins this time, so we're getting into a different sort of instrument. Voila. La la. So in order to cut your pieces to make your violin, they cut this is like the circles, and they cut it like this, and they call it a piece of cheese, like a piece of cheese. And you can see how it looks here. And we make a joke that they literally put cheese on everything, and so even in violins you can't get away from cheese. So cheese is haunting me in this country. It's delicious, but it's everywhere.
Que iban mucho a comprarle a violines. Él notó. Interesado, él notó. Si la vemos dentro de la F, es un palito que está ahí.
So the sol, if we see inside the F sound, this is it's a little tiny stick that you'll see there.
Adentro hay una
So inside of it you'll see
sound post.
Boarding our bus. It's the party bus.
Yay, party!
Alright, our next stop on the list, we are at Rodrigo's house, who's the owner of Impulse Travel, the guys we're touring with today. And we're going to do some drumming and some classical Colombian music. I forget the word for it, so I'm not going to guess because I'm going to butcher it. But looking forward to this because we were already basically experts yesterday at Ainja when we were drumming, and now we're going to do another seminar on it. And then he lives in this sort of like hipstery area, and it's like this up and coming area in the city. So it's not like not in the center of Bogota, but it's like this sort of gentrified neighborhood. So the second floor of his house is actually like an office for their company. And then the upper floor is where he lives, and they've got like a studio up there for all the actual drumming. Moving on to dinner, we're on our last stop now. We worked up I think we worked up an appetite for that one. All the dancing.
That was amazing.
I'm ready for some, what are we going to? The chicha?
Experience.
We've arrived at our dinner stop and we're at a chicheria, which is essentially kind of like what they had before there was like breweries and like beers here. Chicheria was where everyone went and they had their chicha drinks. But then basically breweries came in and like pushed them out. But now that it's kind of like hipster and funky, they're coming back again. So we're going to one of the originals that they restored back to what it was at one time. And we're gonna have some chicha. Chicheria, chicheria. Hey. Okay, so we're at the chicha bar, and we have these shots of chicha, and we asked them how much alcohol is actually in them, and they have no idea. So it could be 5%, it could be 40%. So it could be a see you tomorrow shot, it could be feeling all right. So we're gonna do a shot. Wow. Cheers. Wow. Then we have corn. This is like corn on the cob. It's roasted with I don't even know what on it, but about a ton of things. And then yuca, right? Yuca chips. It's like yuca and nachos. I'll give you one chance to guess what this dish is. You skip the sausages, and it is just a boiling cheese patty. A la Colombia. Oh, we got T-bone steak here. It's cut up. It's really good. We got chicken. And this bad boy is coconut lemonade, which is everywhere, and it's amazing. Salud. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe up here. Check out our most recent other videos over here, or subscribe to our other channel over here.